The Making a Difference Award. 7 individuals who've made an impact as exemplary role models have been selected as Making a Difference Award recipients by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association. One winner from each of the AHSAA's 7 classifications was chosen from nominations submitted by the AHSAA member schools and other support organizations. The award was established in 2011 by the AHSAA and the AHSAA-DCA, recognizing an individual in each of the AHSAA's 7 classifications who go beyond their normal duties as coach, teacher, or administrator to make a positive impact in their schools and communities. In Class 1A, Marilyn Miller, Marengo High School in Dixon's Mills.
I've known Miss Miller now for roughly 2.5 years, and she's a worker. She's a tireless worker. I've never seen her not working for her team. From basketball to track, she's constantly on it. She's constantly giving the girls her effort. She's here late at night. I thought I worked long hours. She worked as long as I do. And you don't find too many basketball coaches and track coaches that stay the hours that she stayed and put in the dedication that she put in order for her girls to be successful. And she takes that very seriously.
The thing that I think that makes a big difference with the success that she's had with the students is the time that she puts in with them. It's nothing for her to, have cookouts and do different things for them. She always, and this is key to anybody that's teaching them or want to teach, you want to be successful, feed the children. So she always sees to the girls being fed well at before the games and events and things. She always sees to them having nice, neat, clean uniforms, and just instill that pride in them and make them feel special. And when you make students feel special, they'll go that extra mile, and they learn to believe in themselves and to trust you.
They may need a friend, they may need a stern teacher, a stern coach, and I try to be all of that to them because most of these kids come from one-parent home, and they're always looking for somebody that they can pattern themselves after. So I always try to set an example of where they would say one day, well, I want to be like Coach Miller. They have to live outside of sports, outside of being on the court or on the track. It's a whole big world out there, and I try to teach them to go beyond thinking of just being, a basketball player or a track young lady. And that's why I tried to instill in them.
Class 2A, Don Turner, Lafette High School in Lafette.
He goes to each one of these students. He has a personal relationship because he interacts with them. He cares about them not only in a school setting, but outside of a school setting. And so he's giving them the best possibility they can to, like you said, to be successful, because he cares whether they're in school or out of school.
You can't find too many people like Coach. He's here almost every day helping. I just came back from an ACT prep class, trying to get my scores up, and he was here every day, give me great encouragement, telling me to do better. And actually, after football, I still see him around. Everybody else is gone. He's still trying to get that work in. So, yeah, he's helped me a lot.
I try to talk with the students and let them know I care about them, and go in the classroom and check on them, see how they're doing in the classroom, and just make sure I care, show them that I care, and try to make them understand that the importance of education and how to be better people and better citizens. I think now it's important to help young people, because a lot of our young kids don't have any direction. So as mentors and leaders, we got to try to guide them in the right direction, because they are our future, and try to make them better people.
Class 3A, Brad James, Colbert Heights High School in Tuscumbia.
I think others have said he's determined, and that is an understatement. He is very strong-willed. when it comes to sports. He wants the best out of himself, and he wants the best out of his players too. And so he will do whatever he can to make sure that he succeeds and that they succeed, because it's a group effort, and he looks at it that way. So if the students and the players are not doing well, then he doesn't think he's doing well.
He does things differently as far as he stresses about like the fundamentals and the basics of everything, and I think a lot of other coaches tend to forget that. So he always brings it back to the basics, and I think that really helps us a lot.
He's one that he's very detailed. He is serious about what he does, and I know a lot of times when you think about cleaning up and all, he makes sure he coaches varsity boys basketball. He makes sure the gym's ready and it's clean, ready to go for the parents and everybody to come in, and he's very proud of what he does, and he's got a lot of pride in the school and everything, and it shows in the gym, and he even does a lot of work too on the softball field getting it ready.
The sports part of it, being in a competitiveness, is what I've always done, what I always want to do, and just helping the kids to be successful, and I enjoy being around them, and this is what I'd want to do. A lot of times I think you make a difference and you don't know it. And for me, my parents, I respect my parents. That respect was earned by them, and I want my players to respect me, and I think I have to earn that respect from my players. My wife, best English teacher around. She works hard at it to make sure her kids are successful after college, for college. And I think just by marrying her, being around her, makes me a better coach. Like I said, all the other coaches that I've had played a big role in it. My assistant coaches, they're good role models for the kids, and all the traits that I want them to have, they have. So they're good role models to the kids. My principal, assistant principal, and every principal that I've had has taken a student-first approach. And my assistant principal and principal now begin each morning with a prayer together. And that's made an impact on me, and they've helped me along the way too.
Class 4A, Todd Nelms, Brooks High School in Killen.
I think one of the things that is evident with Coach Nelms is, I guess, what I would call the family atmosphere that he creates within his team. And for the fans, it's not unusual to see younger children around the team, and they want to be around the team, and he encourages that. I was able to be at a game, a little while back, and a young, maybe 3-4-year-old little boy got to throw out the first pitch. Those are moments that I think he's creating for our future students, even where they're really enjoying just being around the team, and I think the older students respond well to that also.
He cares so much. I mean, he's putting kids in the right place to be successful, not only in baseball. I mean, he could care less if you're successful in baseball. He wants you to build you up to be a better man in the community, and he's producing kids that are going to be helpful to society. I think that's what matters. I mean, to him, baseball is just a game. He's using baseball as a platform to uplift kids and put them in the right direction. Because, I mean, throughout the years, I've seen him take kids that nobody else would take just to build them up and put them in the right direction. And I mean, that's what I love about him. If he called me right now and said he needed help, I'd be there in a heartbeat. And I know he would do the same with me. He looks to help whoever he can. He's just a selfless guy.
He cares about the kids. He cares about their actions more than he cares about winning. He wants to win, everybody does, but I've heard him tell them a lot of times, as long as your sportsmanship, your attitude is all good, the winning will come. But we're going to be respectful, and we're going to make a difference before we worry about winning. And then the fact that he gives some of them a chance that otherwise wouldn't have a chance. The ones that if they will have a good attitude and try, then he's going to help them.
I really believe we're a team, and not just me, but our assistant coaches are awesome. They're very, very good. Luke Mansell and Jacob Fowler. And then we have a lot of volunteers that help, Mark Wood and Kevin and Red Tucker. And we do it all together. So they have a job to do, so I tell them to do this, and they do it. And then our bus driver, Miss Mary Lou, she's our team mom, and that's what we do. I really enjoy the kids. Now the paperwork, I'm not great at that, but I enjoy the kids. I enjoy seeing them succeed. You know, we have 12 kids that are playing college baseball, and you know, we have one or two at Division I schools, and we have some at JUCO that some people hadn't heard of, but they're getting the chance to play, and not just play baseball, but they go down there and they meet, you know, 20 other guys from different places, and now they've made more lifelong friendships. And
Class 5A, Sue Marshall, Randolph School in Huntsville.
Sue would drop anything that she had going on in order to do something for someone else. I've known her to plan and prepare things for kids in their difficult times of their lives outside of the school day. She's helped colleagues. Recently, she helped a colleague through the death of his wife. She will attend any event on behalf of someone, and she will also just give up her time to make sure that something is special for someone else. She's such a devoted person to her students, but she's also one of the most generous people that I've met.
Sue Marshall is one of the most amazing people that I know. What distinguishes her from other teachers and coaches is not only her willingness to collaborate, but her desire to. This is what drives her every day. She is at her best when she is working with others and she's helping others to be the best versions of themselves. And that's not just teachers and faculty, it's students. She meets every student where they are, and then she helps to bring them to the next level, whether it's in athletics, academics, or even the arts. She is always there to meet them where they are and bring them up to the next level. I started at Randolph as a PE teacher, and Miss Marshall took me under her wing. It was my very first teaching job, and like many first-year teachers, I was kind of a wreck at times. I just didn't have the experience that she had, and she was very patient. She just kind of guided me. She praised me when I did things well. She framed constructive feedback in a way that I could best use it and interpret it and still feel like I was making a difference in students' lives. And if it wasn't because of her, I wouldn't be the department chair, the teacher, and the administrator and coach that I am today.
I wanted to become a coach because I wanted to make a difference in the lives of others. And one of the ways that I thought about doing that was to be a positive role model. I wanted people to understand the importance of being a person of character and in great integrity, and showing kids that it's important to work hard and to persevere through some difficult times. And by doing that, I was hoping that I would give them some skills that would be difference makers in their lives.
Class 6A, Brenda Mays, Muscle Shoals High School in Muscle Shoals.
In 2002, I was a sophomore playing and we lost at regionals. And afterwards, it seems like she was a little frustrated with me, and I couldn't figure out why. I was like, I mean, I didn't do bad. I was played well. And she said, Amanda, and it completely changed my entire view on playing a sport. She said, you can't be just happy to be out there. You've got to want and earn every point like it's your last point. And I'd never viewed playing like that. I was just happy to be out there. And so it just completely changed my play and my attitude for my sophomore and junior year, and I came out so much stronger.
My relationship with Coach Mays has been one where I know that anytime I needed something or I needed advice, I could go to her and she would provide it. She was a great leader for us and a great example for her players on and off the court. And even after I graduated, I still keep in contact And as a coach myself now, I often go back and ask her questions, and she's always there to give her advice.
Coach Mays was a great leader, like she first stated, and she made sure that we went the hardest, that we made sure that we did 110%. We gave everything that we had, and she made sure that we did not leave anything on the court. And in life, that has helped me, because in life you had to give it 110%, no matter what you're doing in life, whether it's work, whatever task is put before you. So she has always made sure that we worked really hard, and she has been a great person, and she's always showed that she cared and loved each one of her players.
She's just the ultimate professional. And in our business, sometimes I would get frustrated, and she was sort of my sounding board. And, when I got through meeting with her in her office, it always seemed like everything was okay, because, she was that voice of reason. Where I may be ready to fly off the handle, she would look at it from a different side. So, I just really think that God has blessed Brenda, and this is obviously her calling, and I thank God that I was able to work alongside of her for 8 years, because she's made a difference in my life.
Coach Mays is, if you know Coach Mays, you know Coach Mays. She's one of them coaches that you look up to. One of the ones where you don't want to disappoint. One of the ones where you'll go and do 3 miles in the hot sun for her, and then get up the next morning and do the same thing. She's a pillar. I look up to her, would do anything for her, still would do anything for her.
We as teachers, coaches, can be role models. Our job is to help them to become the best that they can be. Whether it be in the classroom, and of course I'm a physical education teacher, so I consider that my classroom, whether it be in the classroom or whether it be on the court and or the field, considering that since I've been here I've done 4 sports, and I want each individual athlete to be the best that they can be in what they're doing.
Class 7A, Chris Brandt, Auburn High School, Auburn.
Well, I think from my particular position, being athletic director, you always, before you begin to talk to someone about their knowledge of the sport, you want to see what type of person they are. And in my book, and individuals that I've been blessed to have an opportunity to learn things from, you always want to find someone that can make an impact, a very positive impact in kids' lives on a daily basis, every day. And I think when you reflect back and you take a look at Coach Brandt, I think he does that each and every day on so many different formats. From my perspective, he starts off the fall season in coaching football with our 9th grade football program, and stays very busy with them each and every day. And then he jumps right out of that and goes into basketball season and stays very busy working with Coach Talbert, which we're so blessed to have here at Auburn High School, and does a great job within that program, and his loyalty not only to coach but to the totality of the program. And then turns around from there and jumps into track season for us. And we've been very blessed to have a track team that's done extremely well, which is a credit to our coaches and our kids and what they've done. And Coach Brandt has had a large hand in all of that. And then you go back, and one of the things I failed to mention, in the fall season, he's there at all of our varsity football games and helping to film and helping to set up a lot of those things each and every time you turn around. So as you begin to look and you take a look at what he does in each and every sport and watches how he touches each and every young man or young lady's life, I think they become better people because they've come through those sports having Coach Brandt in those leadership positions.
He inspires me because just what he's done in his life, just the great family he's built and the great program he's built, and just a great basketball player that he was, and he just makes it where I want to be just like him.
As a person, I think he's a great individual. Since I got sick with Guillain-Barré, he became the assistant coach. Now, I said, partly head coach because of the fact that he does everything I ask him to do, and plus he goes beyond that. He knows what I know because he's been around me for a long, long time. And he also believes in his family life, and he doesn't put his family life ahead of athletic, but he even it out. He finds a way. How he does it, I don't know, but he finds a way to take care of everything. And also, we don't have a manager. We ain't had a manager in 2 or 3 years of basketball, so he does everything. He gets everything ready. I always ask him, do we have all that? He said, I done took care of that, coach. So he always a step ahead of me.
I just do day-to-day activities. I'm just always try to be on time. Like I said before, I'm there to set examples for the kids. So I always, if I tell the kids to be there at 3:15, I'm gonna be there about 2:30, get everything set up. For practices, I set out the uniforms, I'll, make the Gatorade for them. I need to get Coach Tarver to get us a manager. It's a lot to do, but I don't mind any of the stuff that we do. And I just love to do it, and I love to be around the kids, and that's the most important thing. You have to love it. To be successful in life and job and your career, you just gotta love what you do. And I love being around these kids. I love my family. I love this community. Born and raised in Auburn, I've had a lot of people influence me and try to help me out, and I just want to give back, and that's what I try to do each and every day.